Letters Never Sent. Chapter 6. Some feelings become too large for silence. But sometimes, they still never get spoken aloud. The years continued moving forward, faster now. High school became college. Dreams slowly became responsibilities, and childhood memories faded for everyone, except Ava and Raymond. For them, the past never fully disappeared. One cold autumn evening, Ava sat quietly beside her bedroom window while rain tapped softly against the glass. A sketchbook rested open across her lap. But tonight, she wasn't painting. Instead, she stared at a blank piece of paper. Then slowly, she began to write. Dear Raymond. The words felt strange at first, almost unreal. Years had passed since she last saw him, yet somehow, his name still felt familiar, comforting. Outside, the rain continued falling against the dark evening sky. Ava wrote about everything she never said, how she still remembered the dock, the ocean's sunsets, the compass he gave her. She wrote about growing older, about feeling lost sometimes, about wondering if he still remembered her too. Line after line filled the page, feelings buried quietly for years, finally finding somewhere to exist. When she finished, she stared down at the letter silently, then folded it carefully and placed it inside a small wooden box beneath her bed. Unsent, miles away. Raymond sat alone in his college dorm room beneath the glow of a desk lamp. A football game played silently on television nearby, but he barely noticed it, because resting in front of him was a blank notebook page. For several long moments, he simply stared at it. Then finally, he began writing too. Hey, Ava, he laughed softly under his breath, shaking his head. As if even after all these years, part of him still couldn't believe he was doing this. Raymond wrote about the summers that still replayed in his memory, about carrying the painted shell everywhere he moved, about how every ocean somehow reminded him of home. But most of all, he wrote about loneliness. Not the kind caused by being physically alone. The deeper kind. The kind that exists when someone important is missing from your life, even if you can't explain why. Hours passed quietly. Rain falling outside Ava's window. Wind brushing softly against Raymond's dorm building. Two lives separated by distance, yet somehow moving in perfect emotional rhythm. When Raymond finally finished writing, he folded the pages carefully, then opened his desk drawer. Inside rested the painted shell, still untouched by time. He placed the letter beside it gently. Unsent, days turned into weeks. The letters remained hidden away. But something had changed now. For the first time, their feelings no longer existed only as memories. Now they existed in words too. Real, honest, permanent. One evening, Ava sat at her piano quietly playing soft melodies into the empty room. Meanwhile, far away, Raymond walked alone beneath the stadium lights after practice. Neither knew the other was thinking about them at that exact moment. Yet somehow, both felt less alone than before. Because deep inside, they had finally admitted something to themselves. This was never just childhood memory. It was love. Quiet, patient, enduring love. The kind that waits through years without ever fully letting go. Continue the story. Chapter 7.